Well, hey guys, so today is Saturday, July 2nd, and we're out here side dressing corn. So this is the filled corn. This will be chopped for silage for us to feed to our cows. There's about 20 acres of it here. We made it to like up in there. So we did a bunch last night and I just got rolling here this morning. Anyways, basically all we're doing is I got fertilizer. I just topped it off out of this trailer here. We got fertilizer in these 2 tanks and it's run back through a hose. You can see it there under the tractor. Back here. This is our pump. It's a ground driven pump. So when it's moving, it's going. Anyways, then it comes up into here and it splits it out in all these hoses, which take it down to these individual knives, and then it puts it down on the sides of the corn. So, anyways, hop back in and get back down to where I was working. Okay, so I'm actually up in here, but I'm gonna go start at the other end and work back. That way, if I run out of fertilizer, I'll be up in here somewhere and it'll be easy to drive to the trailer. And not only that, then I'm not running over the corrugates I dig out. So anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna head over there and yeah. Okay, I made it over to the side of the field here. I'm doing, for this filled corn, we're wanting to put more fertilizer down than what the pump can pump out. So we're actually doing it twice, and we have the pumps not open as far. So I'm gonna go down this row and then skip this bed because I've already done it once, and I'm gonna go up the second one over, and then when I get to the top, I'll come back down that one. So on my GPS, I have to make everything dark blue instead of just blue. Anyways, that's kind of, I can look at that too, but anyways, we should have enough fertilizer to finish or get us pretty close over there, and then there's a little more in the trailer. I can hold 400 gallons. These are 200-gallon tanks. So anyways, it's kind of weird driving this with tanks on it because I'm used to being able to see my wheel, and now I can't. I got tanks there. So anyways, okay, I've done about half of what was left of the field. So anyways, been having to watch. Sometimes there's some weeds that get wrapped around the shovels and then it just starts dragging, and you have to kind of lift up and let it clean out, and then you can back up and hit it again. Otherwise, just keep dragging a pile of weeds and dirt, and then it starts knocking over the corn. Anyways, my tanks are about that full. You kind of see the liquid in there. So hopefully I have enough. I don't have to go too much farther, but a little more in the trailer, and then we really don't want to have to get any more than that. So anyways, okay, so I had to go and get a little more. There's about 300 gallons left in the trailer, or there was. Now it's in here. You can see on the GPS the blue off to the right corner of the screen. That's where I already went. So there's only just 3 more rounds there, I think, and then we'll be done with the field. Then we gotta take it. We have to lift up the outside 2 shanks to get it on the right spacing for sweet corn, and I think we're gonna start it on that today as well. I think I already mentioned it, but if I didn't, that was like an hour and a half ago, so I forgot what I said. But yeah, so there's 50 acres of sweet corn that's dry. I think I did say that, but try to do as much of that as we can today. And it'll go faster than this because of with the field corn, how we're doing everything twice. That's adding a lot of extra time. So, anyways, I skipped this bed here. Come up to this one. And a few hours later, we're side dressing sweet corn. So, anyways, the outside shanks are lifted up and everything's shut off, going to the fertilizer going to those. So anyways, I'm back to 25 feet wide. I was at like 27 and a half before. So anyways, we're doing this field right now, or this half field. Dad did like 3 passes over there to get set up and everything, and so there's, according to the GPS, there's only 5 more passes. And then I got that lower field. There's a lot of passes on that one. And then we got one over there and the pivot over there. There's a section of the pivot over there that's in corn. So I don't know what Dad's plans are, but if it was up to me, I'd probably end there. Because the one over there is another smaller field, so it'd be probably better just to run around, knock out all these little fields, and then just work on the big one. That way, if we decide to go late, we don't have to be worried about moving the fertilizer trailer and the tractor and all that stuff late at night. We can just move it to one field because the pivot is 25 acres. So, anyways. Okay, I finished the field right up there in front of me. Working on this next one here. It's a little bit bigger than that piece, and it's got a lot more runs, so it's going a little bit slower. But anyways, I just topped off my tanks, so that should easily finish this field, and then I'll either just move to the next and keep going, or I'll top off before I leave. Here the corn's a lot smaller. But anyways, okay, so I thought I'd better inform you, for those of you who noticed that there's every 5th row is taller than the other 4. That's because with sweet corn there's your pollen parent and seed parent. We call them bull rows and cow rows. So the bull rows, which are the tall ones, their purpose is just to pollinate the seed rows or the cow rows, and that's what we harvest. So you can plant them at all different times depending on when the pollination is needed. For the different varieties, it varies. So for this one, it required the bull rows to be planted earlier than the cow rows, and that's why they're taller. So anyways, just thought I'd get that out there just for those who were wondering why there's tall rows and short rows out here. And there's also 2 bull rows planted side by side. That's why it looks a little bit more bushy down them. It's because there's 2 of them. They're planted like, I don't know, an inch or 2 apart. Probably like an inch apart. So anyways, there we go. Okay, I just finished this field, so I'm gonna pull out here into the stack yard, and my tanks are almost empty again. It says I've done about 7.8 acres. I reset that when I fill. So almost 8 acres. I probably would have done like, I for sure would have done 8 if I could have ran it out, but instead of going to the next field. I think we're actually going to go up and do a field up there. I'm going to check with my dad though to make sure. But I'm pretty sure we're going to go out and knock out another 10 acre field. So anyhow, that's going to mean I'm going to need a full load on the tanks and probably a little more. So anyways, I'm going to walk down now the pickup and fertilizer trailers down the lane there, and I'm going to walk down, grab them, bring it up here, and fill these up. Okay, so I just filled up my tanks. The trailer is pretty much empty now, so we'll have to refill that. But I talked with my dad. We actually are going to wait on that field till next week, because today's Saturday. So we're going to instead skip to the pivot over there. There's about 25 acres. So there's that, and then there's 10 acres just east of here a little ways. So about 35 acres left to go, and we're hoping to get it all done tonight, because the pivot, Dad wants to, it's on over there. It's over in the wheat right there, and as it comes back, he'd like to just send it over into the corn. So anyways, we need to go and get that, hopefully get that done tonight. We need to get it done tonight. And then, yeah, so anyways, enough talking. I'm going to get on the road and head over there. Okay, I just got started in the pivot. I'm on my second pass. There's a little more rock to watch out for in this field, along with pivot tracks. Though, after we filled them, they are not deep at all, so they're actually not that bad. Just slow down a little bit, go through them. Before, they were so deep that you'd have to really slow down almost to a stop and barely crawl through them. But anyways, putting the gravel in them. You can't actually see the gravel, but it's under the dirt. So, anyways. Okay, so it's been a couple hours since I last recorded anything. We've made our way quite a ways across the field here. We're getting close to being done. My dad has actually been running it. He came and took over for me. I went and had dinner and came back so he could go do some irrigating. And I'm gonna finish this, and then we got 10 more acres to do. So anyhow, won't be able to go too much farther. You can see the fertilizer's kind of low. So anyways, have to stop and get more fertilizer. One more load should easily finish this, and then we'll go to the next field with that load, finish it out, and then probably just one more load after that, and that'll finish everything for the day. So. Okay, so I just finished filling the tractor. The trailer's getting pretty low. You can see right there we're at about 400 gallons. So that's one more fill up. And anyways, so this year we're trying something new. We got these tanks from the fertilizer company. And anyways, they brought this out to us basically for free. And it helps us out because we've got plenty of fertilizer on hand just to fill up the trailer. And then they don't have to be bringing out little trucks every time, because they only need to bring out a little single axle truck in order to fill up this. So anyways, in years prior, for a long time we just had our trailer. Then the past couple years we've had a trailer of the fertilizer companies. They'll bring out a trailer, so then they can bring out a bigger truck more at a time. just keep our little trailers full. And then this year we have just our trailer plus that. So these tanks are each about 2,700 gallons. So it can hold quite a bit. It'll keep us going for a while. So you can see as it gets darker, that's the level right now. These were full this morning, so we've used quite a bit today. And we've done, I don't know, probably, well, this is probably about 20 acres here, 20 acres there. So we've probably done 40, a little over 40 acres. So anyways, I'm gonna get back to work. I'm right here, so I just gotta go to the end. So not too much longer. Okay, well, I finished the last field. I topped off my tanks again, and I got over to this last field of the day. It's about 9 acres. It's another long run field, so it should go pretty quick. But anyways, I got over here, and this light is kind of bothering me. I discovered. I don't think I've ever side dressed in the dark before. But anyways, we took this one off because it'll hit the tank. But this one stays on, but it's not doing anything except reflecting off the tank into my face. So I think, I'm not positive, but I think I can come in here, go to lights, and then just hit this. Nope, that's the wrong button. You should be able to turn off your lights playing with these buttons. Right there. Yep, that's it. See, it has a little exclamation point there. I'm guessing because one of the lights is gone. So if we hit that button and turn them off, now I don't have that light shining back in my face, and I can actually see better. So anyways, I'm gonna get rolling here. Knock out the last field of the day. Okay, so I've basically finished the field. I have 3 passes left. I'm out of fertilizer. Dad went to go get the trailer, and he'll be bringing me over a little more. So anyways, I'm just sitting here. Occasionally down the road, the neighbors are shooting off fireworks, I guess in preparation for the 4th of July here in a couple days. They're practicing or something, I don't know. Anyways, that gives me something entertaining to watch, I guess, while I listen, or not listen, while I wait. Anyways, I think this video is probably going to turn out pretty long. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, so I guess I'll cut it here. Thanks for watching.